Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LCK Cup 2025.
Scary. The problem is they also have a lot of dive setup. So level 1 for Rich, and there are 4 people in this top lane. Azayas is going to hop taxi his way over. That is going to be first blood. Over to Peanut as easy as you like, and it's even unable to get the solo kill onto Yukal. I don't know what happened there, but that does not look good as oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh Rich, oh
He's
no.
1 minion away from level 2.
Oh dear, the Turtle Port brings him in, but he had to sit and wait while it was coming through for so long. As okay, Andel's gonna come on over as somehow Peanut survives for an extra shot. Still, Rich has survived the initial onslaught as they wait for this tower to reset once more. The boulder comes down.
Oh, it's a disaster.
There goes Delight. Viper not quite dead, but close. And I said, oh no. What I meant was, oh Rich, nicely done.
I mean, I was watching that first dive and I was like, damn, he's 1 minion away from level 2. Viper in trouble.
Yeah, he's dead. And that's Rich getting another one as well. Never mind, that's kill going over to Andel. Never lucky, Rich.
3 kills on an Elise actually is valid. You know, we don't have the XP bar up, but he's so close to hitting level 2. He's like, I want that minion. Meanwhile, Zayas is in trouble.
Oh god. Okay, so and now also here in the mid lane, Yukal, he is dead. So there we go. HLE getting 1 on the board, baby.
Okay, so it's not all terrible, but it's mostly terrible.
Yeah.
Zayas has 1, but man, this was a very, very rough start to this game here for Hanwha Life. At least they were able to punish Yukal's flash.
Yep.
But that is about it.
Oh god. I think Delight might be dead. The Cocoon is going to connect, and Andel is just having the greatest time. Look at that. He's got Sork shoes already. And they have a feat of strength. Oh my goodness. This is so
insane.
much power for an Elise this early on.
And you're down, and he's got just a tiny window to do it. They have mid-prio here. Looks like he's going to get 2, as he does have that smite.
Yeah, should be able to take this one down. There we go, turns, but the Cocoon is going to connect. Delight is going to die for it as the Permafrost comes in, and down he goes, 4-0-1! My god, this Elise is so scary. As an Australian, we understand about very dangerous. Doing this to DRX.
Yeah, it's a bit problematic as...
That's an anger arrow is what it feels like to me, but Peanut's coming down. Not going to be able to connect that though because Andel able to go up into the sky. Still, that is shutdown goal going over to Peanut. Flash out from Teddy to avoid the spear as Rich comes in. 1v3, but Delight is extraordinarily close to dead. Does get the stun. Rich looking to be able to flash away, and he will be able to do so.
Yukal also going to get some plate gold out of this play as well, so this ends up being a little bit better. I did forget about because he has to go over the fat wall here, but over on the other
teleport,
side.
Actually, as Viper is dead, guys. Doesn't have his flash. Does manage to cleanse, but he's still dead. That is Yukal picking up some much-needed money in that mid lane. You can see really tying up the gold. Some grub's going to be taken here by DRX. They nailed down the first one. Should be able to grab 2. Let's see whether HLE can even the score as far as that is concerned. But instead, they're going for a fight. Sponge down incredibly low, but Yukal diving in. And he's super tanky, to be perfectly honest. The Shock Blast, the tiny one, is able to wipe out this Pantheon as now Viper free hitting. To the skies goes Yukal. Let's see whether Viper can actually land this. Oh man, that volley was so high value as Andel is able to get the kill back, but not without sacrificing himself. And now Peanut will be able to even out these grubs, as we mentioned before. This game is chaos.
Kind of a banger to start things off here. But Andel is just so fed at this point. I think actually gets a proc of his Hextech Alternator in that final moment as well. Zayas!
Oh god, okay, that is going to be some plasma proc, but Teddy's able to cleanse out from Delight. The arrow's still going to connect onto Andel here. Peanut dashing forward, but Teddy, Killer Instinct into the backline, executes the Pantheon, but sacrifices himself for it. And I feel like killing a cannon's probably more valuable than killing Delight.
Opportunities there, so perhaps thought he was going to die either way, so decided to go in, which I think, you know, if that's true, if we look at the replay, maybe we'll think differently, but siege up turrets, let the Cassante absorb the pressure elsewhere, especially because it's a Nidalee composition. If Rich dodges even a few of these...
Oh, the arrow going to connect. Oh. That's off to the dash. That is bad news, Bears. He's going to get taken down, quite literally, because that's what the ability's called there from Peanut. and they will lose this turret. That should be a feat of strength going on over to HLE, and there it is.
That's a huge play from Viper, because I think without the arrow, he can buy so much time, and they have so much control over that top side. They don't get the turret, actually.
Oh, God. Okay, Glacial Prison goes down, and so will Delight, because he doesn't have a health bar still. Sponge tanking up that turret. Winter's Wrath avoided beautifully there by Viper, but now Andil and Yukal looking to try and take him down. That Rocket Belt doing some work there, but Andil not able to close the gap. That's an inner turret. Okay.
Yeah, for an outer top side, Teddy did finally take that one.
I want to say as well that Peanut's having a pretty good game on this Nidalee so far as the arrow once again. Oh, it sails by the spider and hits the boar. Andil's still going to die though as Zeka locks that one down with a Frost Bomb. And Sponge unable to avenge his fallen support. And this is one of the problems with the Elise. Of what DRX have kind of done throughout the remainder of the tournament, which has been fall behind and then find a way back in. This is get ahead and then not find a way to do anything in the mid game. That's really working out as now Teddy and Viper are fighting. Teddy's going to win this one. He's able to take down his opposite number. And as I say it, DRX looked to right the ship. Like the best celebrations and things like that. Teddy was really cleaning up.
He's just an iconic player. By the way, that is feats of strength for DRX with that objective being taken here.
So he's going to have to pay attention. Hopefully, Dan Harrison, if you are watching, please pay some more attention for the next game.
Man, we're going to have to pull up the damage to structure stat or something at some point. He
has like close to the highest gold lead in the game.
Get this man a hull breaker.
Surely he'll build it next.
I mean, he could. I mean, Yukal is going to get a turret down here on the bottom side in exchange with the Herald, but they had to use Herald for that.
Leandri's, so yeah, these are very threatening as they dive onto Sponge. Great Arctic Assault, but Viper is going to tag Andil. A few arrows do come in, but Yukal has found the Ash, and he's in the blender and will be just decimated. Zeka teleported in, but I don't know whether he really wanted to as these health bars are going lower, but I don't think that they can actually re-engage as Delight. Yeah, he's going to try and protect himself, but he gets stunned, and oh God, the damage from Teddy.
This is starting to be the Teddy show again on this Kaisa, and Hanwha Life not in really a position to try to fish for anything else here. I think they should definitely be willing to vacate. It looked like at the beginning of that play it was going to be Nidalee trapped for lose Sejuani, but then they turned it around.
And this is what happens, right? With HLE having zero frontline, DRX can take the initial salvo and then continue to fight.
Andil on a late join here, could be cut off.
Yeah, Sponge is also pretty low. Andil now just trying to protect this outer turret. HLE decide that they want to stop that from happening and should be able to get this outer. The rest of DRX not committing to anything.
I'm not sure why Andil was that far away, maybe just clearing some vision on the top side of the jungle, but the rest of his team was clearly focused on the dragon. He wasn't there and almost got caught, lost the turret over it. See if he can turn it around here. Zeus has Mega.
Yeah, Zeus not going to be too worried about what DRX is going to be able to do here as Sponge moves in and wants to immediately move out. Oh, the Arctic Assault missed synergy there alongside the Cocoon, forcing that one to miss. The Dragon is going to go to Peanut, and Zeus wanting to kill Rich slows him down with a big old rock. And that is going to cause his demise. HLE now moving up towards Artican as well.
Yukal coming in.
It's a pipe dream, but they're still going to try and go to Sleepwolf. Viper going to get tagged, yep. Health bar completely invisible here as they're looking to rotate over. Yeah, Artican's going to be taken, and then you're going to be here. You do not want to be here, DRX. As what goes up must come down, and then goes even further down. That is the fourth death. Catching up with the deaths comparison to all of these kills.
Decisions in these chaotic moments that DRX are just not able to match the speed of is really problematic for them. I mean, Zeus, 5-0-2, 3 items.
Oh. Easy on the trigger finger there, but unfortunately Andil is still going to pop like a balloon. Zeus just hops on top of him, and that is a dead Elise. And in other games, we'd be saying, oh, now it's time to take Baron, because the Smite's dead. But Elise isn't a jungler anymore, so Sponge could theoretically go for some sort of steal.
There's a bit of a Gnar on a flank situation, but he does have his withdrawal, so I don't think he cares.
Yeah, this is the thing. So DRX are going to move over. Delight gets healed up, actually, from Peanut for most of his health bar, and Sponge, he doesn't have that option. He just dies. Baron is going to go over to HLE as well. And it's like HLE just decided they wanted to win in the last few minutes. Rich going to get thrown back into the wall. He'd almost escaped, and Zeus said, nah.
I mean, they got through the toughest part of this game relatively scathed, but like Zeus really kept them in it with really good side laning. Zeka, despite being in danger a few times, never died, right? He hit his 2-item spike. Now he's got 3 on this Corki straight to the LDR. He's massive now. Wasn't as clean as Corki game, but it's clean enough. That hurts a lot. And, you know, when you get through so smoothly, some of the toughest parts, and you have that big game-deciding team fight where Andil's cut off, you lose turret, you lose a member, then you lose Andil, then you lose Andil before Baron. It's like Summoner's Rift's got a post 20-minute get an objective, you get one Andil free. You know, Hanwha Life just ruling the game now. Suddenly a 7,000 gold lead. Vision control. They have Chemtech Soul as well to play around, like I was talking about.
Oh no. That time the repel didn't land. Oh god. Okay.
Like I said, it's a post 20-minute objective. You get one Andil free.
Yeah, well, they are really making switched on enough in order to make this one work. As Teddy, oh god, tagged by another spear. And Viper just avoiding these Void Seekers. Sponge and UCal just wondering which fire they need to put out first, and unfortunately, that results in none of them really going out. Cocoon going to connect here as the Mega Nart should actually come through. It's just whether or not that does anything. He hops into the enemy base. And Teddy, I don't know whether you needed to ult, but you did, and he died. So,
got him.
Yeah, results-based analysis says you nailed it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be in trade for this dragon. It's only a second Chemtech dragon. They got the Andil preemptively this time. Late game top speed. I think that is premedicated on maintaining control, which they lost significantly. As Zeus.
Well, Teddy, he looks good gold. That is true, as he flashes and kills him. So that's a lot of cooldowns. However, the results once again say that things are good. Rich is also dead, and so it's a 1-for-1 as both top laners just having a bit of a nap.
Here for DRX is try to survive for 2.5 more minutes for the inhibitor to spawn and try to keep Baron from happening at that point. Maybe then you can win a miracle team fight. Maybe that's your only hope at this point. Looking for a second inhibitor though is HLE.
Yeah, I think they're going to get it. Going to tag Sponge, but he was able to buffer the Arctic Assault, and the inhibitor will go down. So that is 2. Next one could be taken here unless they move over to the Baron in 30 seconds time to take that one down instead. UCal possibly overextended, and by possibly I mean very overextended. The flash forward from Delight. UCal's relatively tanky, and Zeka may go down as well, but not before killing him. As, oh god, the spear just one-shots onto Andil, and now Peanut is just dancing around the fight, able to take them all down. Rich still going all out though, and is able to execute both of the damage dealers. Zeus just wasn't there, and also probably wasn't needed. Delight likely to die, but instead he gets healed up by Peanut and manages to help take down the Cassante. Peanut's in Italy, man. He's really having a day out on this champion. The Nexus will now go down. This was a weird, wonderful, wacky game, but in the end, it's HLE walking away with the W.
Yeah, I think we might be taking a closer look at...
And I just don't know whether that is going to be something that's going to be possible.
They do finally swap the Galio back to mid. That's passing as well. That the Galio is level 6. Rich knows he can't be here.
Yeah.
And Zeus just TP's top, and they're like, all right, you can swap, but we can also get plates and zone the Rumble out. And Rich is like, so we can do the mid party again, right? Like, that's, yeah, that party's still going.
Just haven't really been implemented in this game.
No.
All that well. And it's just not really the thing. Okay, Vault Breaker to try and save it here. 3 versus 3. Ulti comes down from Zeus. He's doing so much damage as Andil might be sacrificed here. The flash out as Sponge gets underneath the turret, but they are just picking them off like fish in a barrel. Another one goes over to the Freljordian Bunny.
No level 6 for Rich. You know, he just doesn't have it.
Viper really doesn't want to flash, but he is going to have to flash. Justice Punch going to get the knock-up on to UCal, and oh god, Delight just flashes in, throws out the anchor, and down he goes.
Don't worry, Teddy, he's getting plates solo, so the plate...
And he survives, right? So it's not like end of the world, but now UCal tries to salvage the play. They force the flash.
Oh, he's got 6!
Oh, he does. So does Peanut. As Rich just gives him the thumbs up, says, oh, it's good to see you, buddy. I remember our Nongshim times. It was great. And Peanut says, top of the morning to you, and kills him.
Peanut's
have that control.
Yeah.
All right, Vault Breaker is going to connect onto Peanut. Hook goes wide as there's a bullet time. Down goes Peanut. So that is a great little pickoff here for DRX.
Combo number 1.
There we go.
They did it. They pressed the buttons. And now Zeus is just going to have to go side lane. He has his ult and teleport, but it just all happened too fast there. And it's difficult to actually execute the combo on Wukong because he has Warrior's Trickster and he has Zeus bottom. I thought maybe they were going to try to collapse onto UCal. They have so much control over this dragon that they can kind of just freely let that bottom wave sit for a second as Zeus TP's down. And he's about to hit Leandris. He's not quite there yet.
Oh, Cloud Soul. That's exciting.
That's different.
Very happy about that. Not going to be a Chemtech. Thank you very much, Orcs. No Susja in the chat this time. Only Pogs. Absolutely amazing.
Another plate going to go
Rich
over.
is well and truly behind enemy lines right now as Zeus slips between the veil. And now Delight taking a bit of damage. Chains of Corruption do go wide as now the quickness ties up two of them. Bullet time to try and shred down these health bars. And it works. Andal will be going down though as Zekra's running amok in the back line. Rich going to be his next target as now Peanut trying to make his way out of there. Viper not going to be so lucky as the heroic entrance to join Peanut and the gang and another Justice Punch. Zeka just taking full control of the team fight while UCal is in top lane.
He doesn't have teleport, so he can't be a part of this bottom side fight.
In that last exchange.
He's a fountain cone.
Yeah. Well, now Andal's in a bit of trouble. Doesn't exactly get a whole lot of quickness value as UCal ties him up with the ulti, but then immediately explodes. The bullet time this time does get fully channeled, but into the air and not into the enemy. The group stage of this tournament because he wasn't feeling like he was at his best. Certainly having a good time in this game. As nice steal there from Sponge. Gets the smite down. Peanut looks a little bit silly. That's the real one, and he just gets ulted. Zeka gonna move over, finds a 3-man taunt, but Teddy's not taunted. Peanut trying to get himself out of there, finds the Cyclone as Viper is the one who soaks the ulti. Peanut almost makes it out. This is so weird. I don't know what's going on, really. As the bullet time once again, that's gonna wipe out Viper. And now Delight walking on in, wonders where the rest of his teammates have gone as Zeus has a fair bit of damage, but there are a lot of bad guys. And down goes Delight. UCal going to turn up as well, and what just happened to HLE?
Let's just call it a happy accident if you're a DRX fan. If you're a Hanwha Life fan, you're just as frustrated as you were in the early game of Game 1, as that was a disastrous fight. And look, you ended up losing out the smite, but you don't have to deny the eye just because it was going to make a huge impact when we were watching some of those early game plays. But when sloppy fights break out, and your comp is the one that's really simple to execute, divide and conquer or wombo combo that can do both, you really have to be respectful in this case. I think Peanut should have let that eye go. I think Hanwha Life should have been
not taking too much damage there from Zeus, but Delight getting the information that Sponge is in this pit, and I don't think he's allowed to be in here for much longer. See whether Peanut can get some sort of steal or whether Sponge just has to get out of there and concede this part of the map. UCal gets over, great knock-up, but it's still Peanut with the hands, able to get that smite out just in time.
Really tough to...
Out here by Andal as the rest of HLE. They want to try and take down UCal, who's utilizing this split push Yone. Get something done. Sponge going to be chasing after him as Fate Sealed coming on through. And yeah, UCal, I don't know whether he's going to be able to do enough tricky stuff to get himself out of this. However, Delight is also in trouble. That is a 1-for-1 as the heroic entrance onto the corpse of the Nautilus is not going to be able to keep him alive. He's able to take this turret,
Yeah, this actually worked out really well for DRX, all things considered, because they knew Recon.
Yeah, this is a speedy gargoyle. As Otacon is going to lose interest. And Hook going to connect there. Chains of Corruption going down there as well. As Sponge taking the kitchen sink. Equalizer to bring Viper out of this fight completely. And Andal might be able to knock down Zeus, but he gets to the other side of his wall, exhausted there as well. Can't utilize it anymore as Rich finds the value. In the meantime, though, Teddy does fall down. Delight moving back towards this fight as Zeus single-handedly removing 3 people from the battle.
Yeah, that was kind of insane. And now teleport being committed here from Zeka. This one out, this Aurora is so huge.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they'd let it be, but they just know. They know there's no TPs. They know they have enough time. DRX running as fast as they can.
It's down to 5,000 health. They are sort of slowing the DPS. And as you can see, without the Varus there, they don't quite have the damage.
Oh
now
my
Sponge
God.
is going to get into position. Peanut down to 50%. It's going to be a 50-50. The taunt comes through. Peanut locks it down this time as Zeka goes golden. And remember, they have recalls now. The Winds of War come in. Rich, he goes golden as well, but he is in so much danger. Viper might be able to get some revenge, and he does so. UCal looking to try and ult his way out, but unfortunately, it's his fate that's getting sealed here today. It's a double kill for the Varus, and HLE, I think they've broken the backs of DRX.
As possible here, so they can try to look for the inhib.
All right, they're going to look for it. There is the bullet time. It connects, and Viper is going to be sent home. There's the heroic entrance. Oh, Teddy just gets flattened like a bug, and they take down Sponge as well. No one dies because, of course, with Otacon, you cannot. And HLE will continue to move forward, ace in hand. Andal has just spawned, but he's not going to be able to stop this from going down.
I mean, Andal... Okay, we're going to walk through this fight here. You know, he died in the previous exchange and was not back in time, as Andal's likely to follow the same fate.
Yeah, it's the old out of a replay into a death that we were seeing in our previous series. This time, unfortunately, it's out of GA. So,
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
still totally fine. But like you say, Zeka still has his, so he can just play defensive duty. And this Baron will be going down. There's nothing to stop Peanut from taking this out. And there it goes. So this is able to sidestep that anchor as he was looking for a mental flank angle. I think that's the stage of the game that they feel like they're up to, as Peanut getting on in there. The ulti comes through from Zeus, who's tanking the turret about 1,000,000 times. Goes golden in the nick of time to get out of dodge. Even flashes out of the bullet time and then goes between the veil. What the heck was that, Zeus? That is unfair. Teddy gonna get hooked and murdered. Zeus does eventually fall, but he bought enough time. As Peanut goes into his GA, he is not phased about this one. The knock up, the taunt, everything, and Rich goes down. UCal deals with some minions. The Winds of War don't quite manage to land, but remember, the soul is unbound. And can they kill him? Yes, they can. The piercing arrow is going to come through as Peanut tanks the turret for just long enough.
Oh, for DRX, man, always so close in this game, but not enough. Thought perhaps they'd get one more Hail Mary, one more miracle, but Zeus said no. His movement there in those final moments,
how did he live, man?
I just don't even know.
I just don't even understand.
Is he cheating?
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, all right.
Andal, hold up.
Taking a lot of damage here as Andal just throws down the quickness to buy some time.
Teddy's up in 2, but he doesn't have ult.
Yeah, this Nexus turret, not long for the world. They do respawn now. Just don't know whether the Nexus does.
Teddy's about to have flash, but he doesn't want to go in, and there's the TP.
That's a teleport. All right, Zeus doesn't have his ultimate, and down goes Peanut. Okay, Zeus, what was the plan? The plan was die, as Sponge almost does the same thing.
Which Zeus play was more impressive? I don't know. It's about to be crazy. This is the game-deciding fight here.
And I thought we already had that.
I thought we had it twice. I mean, we did, but Hanwha said, well, hold on, one more. I'll give him one more.
Oh, God. Peanut may have just phased
no.
Oh, no, he ulted a clone! Oh, dear. Okay, Sponge able to Vault Breaker his way out as the bullet time doing a lot of damage. The Wombo comes in, and they lose 2 for 1. Now, the heroic entrance wasn't actually invested there as Zeus goes golden. Zeka looking to try and pick up Rich, but he goes golden in the nick of time, and Teddy is the fountain laser they've been waiting for. Viper, you're going to have to keep your cool, buddy, because this is going to have to be a clutch situation now. The Elder has now spawned.
Wait, the snipe!
Oh, God, okay. Viper's flashing. He finds the hail of arrows. The Chains of Corruption back off cooldown. The Justice Punch doesn't feel like justice anymore. DRX will lose Teddy, and the game is now over. I thought we were going to have that hype moment around the Elder, but we don't.
They're starting up the Elder Dragon Atlas, and okay, Teddy up in 10, but he's not going to be here for this fight. I think they're just going to have to give it.
And look at Zeka. He's just walking by himself to say, no, you're not allowed to come here.
Bodyguard, bouncer, whatever you want to call him, he's just not going to allow anyone near that Elder. And with Viper, 10 kills, full build, Zephyr, I mean, feats of strength on the Zephyr.
Fancy shoes.
He also has now the Elder buff.
Oh, okay, another combo as the ulti comes through from UCal as well. Teddy going down solo. Remember, they're fighting into Elder Dragon, and the Dragon is hungry. It's going to be taken down too, as there's the heroic entrance. Pentakill for a Galio. It's the Quadra now, as Andal's looking to try and deny it, but look at how fast he is. That's Cloud Soul, boys and girls, as the Winds of War get the Penta for Zeka's Galio.
Oh, you love to see it. That's the way you want to end this game if you're Zeka. If you're Hanwha Life, I don't know if you were really happy with how the mid-game went and some of those mistakes you made, but they'll take it.
Oh, baby, that's one way to end it. This was absolute